this down there as well. Just give you a brief introduction about myself. I'm Todd Sharkey. I live in the Akron area. I've lived there for 17 years. I'm not revealing my birth certificate because it says that I actually was born in Michigan. Sorry. I have 3 boys and a little daughter who's 7. She just constantly goes on and on. It's fun to have her. Been married for almost 20 years now. My oldest son is 17. We've homeschooled all our kids up till this past year. My son decided that we weren't educating him enough, so he went on his own to find a new avenue to challenge himself and entered Firestone High School's International Baccalaureate program. He's the first homeschool student to actually make it as a junior into that program. And he is top of his class. So very proud of what we do. Education is a passion of mine. I am the chairman of the board for a homeschool educated group, about 60 plus families, and we're growing. We have our own academy. I actually teach history, American history, and world history. I tell you, I like your Patriot group. I think that's what I've been trying to do as an American history teacher, is to pass that on to the kids. One of my students, well, 2 of my students work on my website for me. One has been accepted to Hillsdale. Many of you know Hillsdale. So I'm very proud of some of the things that I've been able to accomplish. This idea of educating the next generation is huge. It's something that we need to do. If we don't catch this next generation and start educating them with the ideas of the Constitution, we're not going to go anywhere, and we really need to do that. One of my platforms is education choice. We need to do a better job, especially in public schools and even in some of the private schools, and give parents the ability to take the money with them from school to school wherever they go, so we don't have kids who are gifted stuck in school systems that are not working, and that is huge. The other thing we need to do is we need to get jobs going. We need manufacturing. But I have a friend who's the vice president of a construction company, and we have some conversations on that. Why aren't you building factories? He said, because one, it's the American culture. We don't want factories. Because we would rather build a warehouse, because if the company that's building the warehouse goes out of business, well, that bank can turn around and foreclose on that warehouse and sell that warehouse or lease it to somebody else. But if you build a factory, it's much harder to then turn it around to another corporation. So we got to kind of get banks out of that idea. We need to get back into incentives for entrepreneurship and get people out there who want to try to invest in factories, in getting people to work again. And I think that's one of the things that I want to try to do. Another thing about our campaign, we don't just pick, we're developing these 10 points, and we don't just pick what we want and come up with these ideas. We're actually spending our time researching them. We have 4 or 5 points up there. We had the healthcare one almost complete, but when they decided that they were going to change and go ahead and pass this, we wanted to kind of rewrite that. And just to let you know, I'm for repealing it. And we've had conversations just like this down in Akron about the idea that, you know, we got to defund it first. We got to fight this. We got to stay with it. It's the only way to go. The other thing, I've got a couple other friends who are running. We for political committees and stuff like that we need to send conservatives. True conservatives have to be elected in this election in May 4th. We can't send Republicans who are going to go up there and just get along with the Democrats and just do the same old thing. So we need to work on that.
Any questions from the audience?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
mentioned 10 points.
Yes.
Can you name some of the others?
What we've started on was first was balancing the budget. We got to balance the budget, and one of those main points is we have to cut taxes. I've heard talk of eliminating corporate taxes. I'm not sure if that's the whole answer there, but we need to at least drastically drop that down. And we haven't, you know, I need more numbers to be able to give a full answer on that. The other one is energy independence. We have so much energy available to us, and why are we allowing China and Russia to drill in the Gulf of Mexico, and our own companies aren't? And here, these are jobs that we can have Americans doing. You know, we're farming it out to the Russians and the Chinese. I think a lot of that has to do, too, with the fact that the Chinese have $1 trillion of our debt. Why do you think we're not saying anything? I think we're selling ourselves off to foreign countries here.
In the United States, pre-World War II, during World War II, and post-World War II, we were the wealthiest nation on earth. We're not there anymore, the money's gone. What would you propose and what would you say to your cohorts in Congress to bring back investment in this nation?
Well, a couple of different things that I like is we need to change the tax structure. We need to have a tax structure that encourages savings and investment. Right now, we have a tax structure that you know, encourages spending. There is no fiscal responsibility on either the citizens or the Congress. If we had, I've heard bannered about, you know, the consumption tax or national sales tax that didn't tax savings and retirement and income, eliminate the estate tax. One of the biggest killers to our farms is not being able to pass on wealth. That's huge. Stumbling block for our country. If we can be able to pass on our wealth to our kids, that starts building some momentum. This is not something that's going to be done overnight, but one of the things that I would propose is a definite cutting of our current tax system. And if we can eliminate the IRS, that's a huge savings right there.
What is your stance on current green policies? What is your stance on green policies and then the greening of America? What is your stance on the Second Amendment and illegal immigration?
Illegal immigration, I think you need to come in the right way. And if you're not, you're caught, you should be deported. You need to follow the law. Second Amendment, I'm big on the Second Amendment. One of the groups that I belong to is called Christian Service Brigade. And what we do is we have a camp in Madison Township we go up to, and you would not believe the guns that we bring up and let the boys shoot. And they have a blast. We have competitions for the kids. We're teaching them, we have a hunting and shooting clinic that we put on for the kids. We teach them responsibility with guns. We're very much proactive in that, and I think education is the key, again, there, for if kids know what a gun can do, they're better off. Your other one was, green. You know, I think we've lost focus with the green movement. I'm for all, like every Republican, we all want clean water, we all want clean air, and nobody does it better than the United States. But this going overboard with, I mean, carbon dioxide being a pollutant, come on, I went to chemistry, I went to biology, it's plant food. You know, we don't know what it is. So I think, you know, that's kind of ridiculous that we're going to regulate that. We need serious controls on the EPA. In fact, I think I'd love to see them kicked out of the state.